Hey everybody, this is your daily dose of all things royal. So I was having a good conversation with my good buddy, the Duchess of Narsussex, about the Psycho Squad being quiet. If you don't know who she is, I would go check out her channel as she has some really good insight on the political aspect of Meghan and Harry. Both her and I have been keeping a pulse on the political direction Princess Maggot is possibly going to take. Here's what I'm thinking that the SS Polizei units are doing. The squad is in a rebuilding phase where I believe they're trying to clean up their image. They're focusing more on charity work and really good PR. I think the reason why they're laying low is because they know they're in a heap of trouble now because Samantha's court case is going to discovery. And there is no doubt in my mind that many of their names will be snuffed out. So while there may be some silence, the damage, in my opinion, is done as there are many people ready to hand over receipts to Samantha about this squad. I don't think they're going anywhere. And I do believe that we still have to be very cautious. They easily could be doing this threatening on the down low, such as impersonating others and doing things that negatively impact the people who are telling the truth in order to discredit and ruin them. From my recent observation, I'm seeing quite a few people on social media platforms being recently impersonated and some major doxing going on. Are they related? Who knows? But it's quite suspicious as it's all happening at the same time the Psycho Squad has gone quiet. Could it be that the PR company has a shift in people and strategy? Maybe. I think Sunshine Sachs is on its way out, my personal opinion. I don't think that this article was put out there as a random article. I think it has purpose and intention. There is some sort of change happening. One clue is this Global Citizen concert that's coming up in New York on September 24th. If you look at this year's lineup, Harry and Meghan are nowhere to be found. Interestingly enough, their friend Priyanka Chopra Jonas and the Jonas Brothers are set to speak and perform. And another clue that tells me something is off is that this Global Citizen event is being publicized by Sunshine Sachs. Wouldn't you think that they would put their client, Meghan Markle's face on the front of this if it's talking about asking for global world leaders to empower girls, close the climate finance gap, alleviate the global food crisis, and relieve crushing debts now with Meghan Markle's face? Isn't she the face of every sort of bandwagon that's out there? Just food for thought, guys. I mean, if they're so serious about climate change and female empowerment and all other nonsense that they spit out, wouldn't this be the perfect place to be, especially if they're calling on world leaders? I'm guessing Sunshine Sachs is seeing them a little bit differently, in my opinion. And feel free to pause the video to read the press kit. It's an interesting read to see who's involved with it, primarily the Democratic Party, as well as some companies that I necessarily do not support, but feel free to read it. I wonder how Princess Maggot feels that her so-called friend, Priyanka, is pretty much the star or headliner of this event. One thing that I saw on Reddit was someone talking about this article. Meghan Markle tipped to jettison Prince Harry as she presses on with own ambitions. Interestingly enough, this article was removed after a few hours of being up. Luckily, I read the article before it was pulled down, and we'll summarize some of it for you. What it was talking about was suggesting that Meghan would have been well aware of the optics resulting, from her husband's poor showing at the UN the other day. So the guy giving his commentary, his name is Richard Hillgrove, and he is the head of this PR agency in London that handles and does crisis management. So he's talking from an expert opinion. Now, he stated that it was a very deliberate attempt to demonstrate Harry's flagging popularity and prove that Meghan needed now to move on. And Hillgrove told the Express that everybody should feel sorry for Harry. No, I disagree with that. He made his bed and he now needs to lie in it. No excuses. He's had so many opportunities and the things that he's done and continue to keep doing. he needs to learn. Nobody should feel sorry for him. He's a grown man. I was quoted saying that, but this was always in the cards from day one. In fact, well before day one, Harry's friends and relatives had tried to warn him of the risks of marrying the former Suits actress. Hillgrove then said, photographs of the once charismatic idol performing to empty chairs spells the end of the publicity dream. He then goes on to say that he would have, or suggested it would have been basic PR to make sure that there were people to fill the seats and also to ensure that the right angle on the cameras. Mr. Hillgrove pointed out that this did not appear to be the case. No, it was not the case. He also added, this is a very deliberate attempt to display to the world the number one crime for any high-profile personality, that Harry is just not popular anymore. Now, this is the sentence that I think might have gotten the article pulled down, but who knows. It says, jetsoning Harry paves the way for Meghan's U.S. presidential ambitions, which Harry can't play any part in any way. And quoted from the article, he says, what we are watching is the gradual steps towards the disposal. Again, like I said, the article was pulled down. Don't know why it was pulled down. Perhaps maybe this was something that was seen by the Sussexes, or could it have been something that Harry saw? I don't know. What it does tell me is that there is a problem. Something is going on, and I do believe that being that this is Meghan's PR company, she is the one pulling the strings. And maybe this was an attempt to get at Harry. Maybe she directly attacked him. Perhaps she's going behind Harry's back and telling her PR team to create these stories and source them out. I mean, this is one of the news outlets that they do use, so I wouldn't be surprised that she was responsible for this article. And as Town Barrow had said in his book, I do agree with him that the only option that she has left right now, she's not going to be a housewife. She's going to go into doing some sort of political run. And I do think that part of the strategy with their new PR person in place, Miranda, whoever the hell she is from Obama's camp, to clean up that squad. And perhaps that's another reason why they're so quiet. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments below. I will be back soon. Bye.
I was such a fraud.